no matter which one you get, you will enjoy it. Hold on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the WWTF One Fights Game Show. Mike C.
I'm Fred White.
Hey, today we're reviewing the iPad iPro.
The iPad Pro.
Okay, there you go. One of them.
Now these are, hold that one up, Mike. These are the two different versions of the iPad Pro. This is the 12 by 9 inch, and this is the 9.7 inch.
Okay.
And as you see here is the Apple Pencil.
Okay.
And this would not be complete without owning this too. I'm going to go over some brief descriptions and specs of it and tell you which one that you may want to invest in.
Okay.
I need a cheat sheet for that. All right. So the iPad Pro 9-inch and 12-inch are similar in some ways, but they differ. You see the different screen sizes on here.
Yeah, night and day. There goes Daddy. There goes Junior.
The 12.9 inch is 2732 by 2048, and the 9.7 inch is 2048 by 1536, and they both give the 264 resolution.
Okay.
Both of them have the A9X chip, 64-bit chip in it.
Okay.
The 9.7, which is a surprise, it has a 12 megapixel camera, whereas the 12-inch has the 8 megapixel camera in it.
I don't understand that. Why?
That's weird. That's very, very weird.
Because even just looking at these, just right fast before you go any further, this right here seems like the image is clearer on this big bad boy instead of this. So I guess I don't know what they were thinking. So I would say, why didn't you put the same thing on each camera? It's just a bigger viewing angle on that one. So I don't know for Apple. So go ahead.
This is the strangest thing about this one.
Okay.
Right now, this one came out first, the 12-inch.
Okay.
This came out second. Okay. So this one you can record video at 1080p, 30 FPS, and it supports slow motion resolution or slow motion recording at 720p at 120 FPS. So you get a nice, good slow motion recording if you do this. So it's good for like if you're doing like music videos and stuff like that, or you're just making like little fun videos to put on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
The 9.7 inch does 4K. This does not do 4K recording. And you can watch 4K content on this. You can't watch 4K content on the big one. Now, 4K recording on this one is 3840 by 2160, 30 frames, and 30 frames. This also does high definition recording, 1080p and 720p. You could do 720p at 30 FPS and 60 FPS. You could do 720p only at 30 FPS. So that's kind of strange.
That is very weird.
That is real strange. And not going into any other specs, you know, because you can look them up on the internet, but those are a few that I'm going to give you. But this would not be complete without this Apple Pencil.
Okay.
So what's the big difference between the regular iPad and these iPads? Well, these are supposed to be the Pro iPads. This is the one that I assume that like you can do edits like Final Cut Pro edits on it. That's not the case on this. So I don't know why they're calling it a Pro Series iPad. What you can do is you can do photo editing on here and drawing. So if you're doing like animation or something like that, you can make it real detailed with this pencil,
which is awesome.
Not as good as the Surface Pencil.
Okay.
Because the Surface Pencil has interchangeable tips.
Oh, for the thinner and thicker lines.
Yeah. This one doesn't. It's all up to software with that.
The future is coming.
And
so, just looking at it right here, I'm just in awe that this one does 4K and this one doesn't. But this image looks better than this one. It just doesn't make no sense to me. I don't know what Apple was thinking, but yeah, at first it was like, I want that one. But this one right here look like it does a better job at everything else.
Yeah. That was shocking to me too, man. It was like, why doesn't this record in 4K?
Mm-hmm.
And why does this record in 4K? You have more real estate on this one than you do on that. The thing about these are, well, I don't know it to be on the 2007 iPads, but they are very, very slippery. Okay. So you need to put it in a case. I wouldn't trust taking this outside without having it in the case. Okay. I have a case for this, but I would love to get like an OtterBox case for this and an OtterBox case for this. So I have to find somewhere where they sell the OtterBox cases for that, because I love those. You can drop them and don't have to worry about your screen cracking or anything. And the one good thing about it also is it has like this palm detection. So when you're drawing something, you can rest your palm on the screen itself, and it doesn't affect your drawing.
That's awesome. That's a good plus. But just like you said, as far as real estate, I would definitely like to use this better as far as drawing, because you really don't have that much space up inside there. So I guess it's for what you're trying to do with it. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're going to do 4K, I guess upload it to the cloud and then change to 4K or whatever. So you can do it that way. But there's always ways around stuff. But I would like them to come out with a version of 4K in that particular size, which is what I think would sell a lot better.
It will probably sell. Now these iPads aren't meant for the everyday user, because they, it doesn't work without this Apple Pencil, and you can do some real good drawings on here. Like I said, if you're doing like an animation series or something, or you're just a good artist, you can do a lot of good drawings on here versus doing it on the iPad, the regular iPads, because you can get a stylus, but it won't be as precise as using the Apple Pencil. Now the cost of this thing, you're going to run close to $1,000 getting this version.
Wow.
And well, over $1,000, because you have to get the Apple Pencil,
$99,
which retails at $99. This one goes at 9 or 8 something, but from 9 to about $1,200 for this. This you can get under $1,000, but it's still expensive, like $700-800. For the one that has the most storage. And being a pro, I would assume that they would have expandable storage for this, but they don't. They do have something that you can stick in the lightning port cable. Those USB 6 that I've seen coming out, and 64 gigs and stuff like that. So I don't know if they really work on this or not, and I really wouldn't trust it if it's not an Apple product. Apple tends to be kind of like, you need to use our stuff in order for it to work best. And
they don't love third parties, I'll tell you that.
They don't. They don't. And should you compare this to a MacBook Pro? It doesn't compare to a MacBook Pro. It doesn't compare to a laptop. So if you're assuming that the iPad Pro is going to replace your laptop, it's not. It's not. If it did something like editing with Final Cut Pro, then I would say, okay, yeah, it would replace the MacBook Pro. But it doesn't. The only thing that it really does is that it's for artists, so you can draw on it. Not too much video editing on here. You record the video, your 4K video on this, and then you can put it in Final Cut Pro and the timeline, and then edit with that. And matter of fact, we are going to do a show with the iPad Pro, just so y'all can see, those of you that have 4K TVs, so you can see what 4K looks like on this thing, versus buying a professional camera that records in 4K. We're going to do an episode on this just to put it out there to see how it looks. But these are expensive toys. This is, like I said, this is not for kids. Your son going off to school and just taking to work or just taking on the plane to watch videos. You, if you're going to invest in this, you have to be a photographer, a videographer, or something in that realm. But everyday use, nah, and it does not replace your laptop, not in no way. Right. So that's about it. So you can see the size. Hold that one on the microphone. You can see the size difference on this. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that both of these have 4 speakers. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And very, very good sound coming out of this. But again, Pro, I don't get it. It's not going, like I said, it's not going to replace your MacBook Pro. I wouldn't even call that one a MacBook Pro because it's not. That's another story all in itself. But not good for everyday user that doesn't do any type of production work, whether you're doing music, photo, or video editing. This is strictly for those type of people. If you want to get an iPad and you're considering this, I would do more research. But this is not just for the average consumer.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, iPad Pro. There you go. All right, so like always, you guys can hit us up at thegamershow@gmail.com. That's Gamershow with an A. Don't forget to head over to the Facebook store page to follow on the price products. Don't forget to hit us at the free time, and don't forget to subscribe to the Gamers Club.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join our SteamOS community and our website community where you can get some free stuff. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
What the facts?
The Gamer Show.
See you next time. People watch. Thanks for tuning in.